A safe and healthy morning, ladies and gentlemen, to our wonderful host this morning and to our values restoration officers across the archipelago. Our value focus for this week is on selflessness, and we have an article on that with a title, The J.O.Y of Selflessness, or The Joy of Selflessness. You know, more than 2,000 years ago, in the Garden of Gethsemane in Israel, a man in agony prayed earnestly, and his sweat became like drops of blood falling to the ground. He prayed, "Father, if you are willing, please take this cup of suffering away from me. Yet I want your will to be done, not my will." Jesus made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, and he selflessly humbled himself by becoming obedient to death for the sake of the people he came to save. That is you and me. Indeed, Jesus Christ is the embodiment of selflessness humanity should emulate for a better world. A human being, due to his fallen nature, is egocentric, meaning to say he is self-centered and thinking only of himself to the extent of degrading and taking advantage of others and disregarding their feelings and worth. The challenge for us today is to level up our way of living from the human nature of selfishness to the new nature of selflessness, or the quality of caring more about what other people need and want than about what you yourself need and want. The late Billy Graham said, "Only God can give us a selfless love for others, as the Holy Spirit changes us from within." This is one reason we must receive Christ. For apart from His Spirit, we can never be freed from the chains of selfishness, the chains of jealousy, and the chains of indifference. Selflessness is experiencing God's love and goodness and selflessly extending it to others or paying it forward. Selflessness is putting others' well-being or benefit first than ours. But in a deeper sense, selflessness is putting God first, right? In a deeper sense, selflessness is putting God first. Jesus said, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind." This is the first and the greatest commandment. And the second greatest commandment is to love your neighbor as yourself. Consequently, the J.O.Y of selflessness is Jesus, others, and you. In implication, or as an application, to be selfless in practical ways is to be patient, to be kind, and not envy others or boast to them. A selfless person, that is you, does not dishonor people. He is not self-seeking. He is not easily angered, and he keeps no record of wrong. Furthermore, to be a selfless is to let God work in us, to transform us. And of course, God would work through us for His name's sake and for His glory. Such virtues, such act, seems to be too high to live with. But by the help of God, we can practice them before our family, before our neighbors, before our friends, and before our colleagues. God would help us. And finally, as we choose to live in selflessness, the joy of the Lord is our strength, and God's favor is our portion. May God help us to live in selflessness for the good of other people and for the glory of the God that we serve. God bless us all.